So this is a recap of practice for the HTML portion of our site. So you're going to come on your code.org dashboard and scroll over to projects in the center of the dashboard. When you get there, you're going to scroll down and you're going to come to this gray button, view full list. Now, any other time, you're going to go down to your project dashboard and pick your project from the menu down here, saved. But when you start your project, you have to come to the app called WebLab. When we click on WebLab, it's very important that we note that our screen starts us off with the basic HTML code. You don't want to delete any of this code right here. We do want to rename our project, so click on Rename. We're going to name it Practice, your last name, and the class period that you're in, 7 or 8. I'm going to put a 6 just so I know this is my practice, and then save. Okay, so practice, your last name, dash the period you're in. Okay. All of this code is essential. This is stuff that code.org starts you with, so we don't want to delete it. We're going to come here to line 7, hit enter a few times so that you have space between the open body and the closed body tag. Remember, an open tag looks like the word within the 2 brackets, and the closed tag is the same word in the brackets, but with a backslash in front of it. And for every open, there is a close. Also note, we're in the HTML file and that you also have a CSS file. Our website will appear out over here. Save and refresh is right here, and our coding screen is right here. So I'm going to start by coding my first tag. That's what these symbols are called, so tag. And it's going to be the open version of the header tag. So I'm going to type that right on line 7. I'm going to hit enter. Header is a container tag, meaning it doesn't make anything appear content-wise on my screen, but it creates a container to hold other code. So the next piece of code I'm typing is an H1. That stands for main heading. That's the title of my website. And we're going to put our first name and our last name. And then we're going to come and close the H1 on the very same line because it's a single line. It's not a container. I'm going to hit save and refresh so you can see what that looks like. And your name should appear on the website. Notice that everything within the tags is all lowercase. When I type regular text for words, that can be correct grammar like ELA capitalization. Okay, hitting enter on that single line. We're going to put an image here. We're going to come and get our image from either one of 2 places. You can either go from the links page in your Schoology classroom. You can choose either your Pixton character and download the headshot of your Pixton character, or you can create a character on the avatar site, whichever goes super quick for you. It's not really important. So link 7 or 8. I'm going to go ahead and use a picture I already have, I believe. So let me go ahead and look. I'm going to go to add image, and you're going to hit that button too. So on the toolbar, add image, upload a file. And so when you either download your avatar from, you're either going to download your avatar from Pixton or you're going to take it from the avatar maker. And I thought I had one saved on here, but I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to go quickly to avatar maker. And I'm just going to make a real quick one. Doesn't matter. Okay. Once you finish designing it, you can go ahead and this is going to be me. Okay. I'm going to use that one. Download. And for Avatar Maker, 400 by 400. And on the other version, the Pixton character, it's just downloading your headshot. So in my thing, upload file. And now that should be in my recent. There it is. Okay, it'll appear. X out. We're going to rename the file. So it's going to appear up here. Notice it says avatarmaker.png. You never want to get rid of the dot. Okay, PNG type file, the file name, like .html, .css, never delete that ending. That's the type of file it is. but I can delete the first part of this that it has highlighted, avatar maker, and I'm going to call it selfie. And it should leave the PNG. Okay. Once I have it renamed, click. And again, you can pause this video and rewind at any time to hear something again. Once I've clicked on selfie.png, copy the red text box, which is the HTML, and paste that on line 9. Okay, save and refresh will bring my image here. Okay, I've got the image tag. That's the dark blue. That's the tag name. Green is an attribute. So this attribute is called source. It's telling me the source of the file is selfie.png. It also has a second attribute called alt. That means if this code was wrong, it's going to tell me what would be here if the code wasn't working. So if you're blind, or if you have a screen reader, or your image isn't working, this alt description, and I'm going to delete the words and say selfie of, and you put your name. Okay. Then if my code wasn't working or somebody's screen was being read, it would read that text that would come up instead of the picture. Okay, so you always want to do the alt description, okay, and change the description to what your picture's of. And then we're going to close the container, the header. Once I close this container and everything has an open, close, open, close, open, close, there should be no red errors because everything has an open and everything has a close. Hitting enter to go to line 11, I'm going to open a new container. This one is called the div. So header really represents the top of my website. So I'm not going to use another header tag. I'm going to use a different container called a div. And this is going to hold a paragraph, so I need a P tag. Notice code.org will give you all these choices. You can simply choose one from the list. I'm going to write my name is, and your name. I like to, and list 3 things you like to do. And my favorite food is, okay, period. End the paragraph when the paragraph ends. Enter. If I want a second paragraph, notice we still have red because I haven't closed the div. If I want a second paragraph, I can create that with a new P tag. I am in 8th grade. I go to Sam's. My favorite subject is, okay, and type those sentences and a closed P to end that paragraph. Save and refresh will bring it onto your site. Okay, so you can see your 2 paragraphs. Still red errors at the bottom because we have no closed div. So go ahead and close the container. Once I close that container around the paragraphs, everything should be blue again and good. Hit enter to line 15, opening a new section or a container. This is another form of a container section. We're going to put in H2. Remember, you can only have one single H1 because that is the main title heading. You can have as many H2s, H3s, H4s as you want. As you create H2s, H3s, H4s, the font size will get smaller. We're going to create a list. So my favorite, and pick a topic. My favorite, I'm going to do candy. And H2 close, single line. Okay, again, you can save and refresh to see the line on your site. Notice it is smaller than your name. Enter. We're going to create the list by starting with an OL. It's an ordered list. You could also do a UL, which is an unordered list. And then I set up my list like this. I do an open LI for list item. Every item in the list needs a tag. You can't just type without tags. So I'm going to copy this 4 more times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I have 5 sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After I finish my list, I have all my items there. I'm going to close the list with a close OL. And then I'm going to go back and actually write the items. So Skittles, bit o honey, jujubes, Kit Kat, and another candy would be, let's go with Nerds. I don't even know. Okay, so I have all my candies. Save and refresh. You can see your list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and gonna hit, I need to just delete that extra space. It's not important. Okay, enter. And then I'm going to put an image that reflects something about my list. So I can go on the internet and I'm going to find a box of jujubes. Okay, right here. I actually like just the picture of the jujubes on the counter. This is good. Okay, so you're going to save this by right clicking. No, because my mouse is not working. Oop, save file as. Maybe my internet is going slow. There we go. Okay, it doesn't matter what it's saving as now because we're going to download it and then change its name. So just save it. Okay, and then you do have to make sure that it's a JPEG or a PNG. It can't be some weird type of file. I'm going to come in here, same way we did before, add image. Don't touch the other one. Upload file. Go to recent. Download is the name of mine. Oh, you should see it appear. X out. And then I'm going to come when it appears on my gray panel to rename, just like we did before. Again, not deleting the file type. I'm going to call this one whatever it is. So mine's candy, whatever your topic is. If it was my favorite books, it should be called book. If it was my favorite song, song, whatever your list was about. So mine was about candy. And I'm going to take that red HTML code, copy it, and paste it right under my list. Okay, save and refresh to see that it worked. Yep. I'm going to change the image description to whatever this is a picture of. So handful of jujubes. Okay. And then I still have red error because we have not closed the div. It's a section. Section. So no red errors when I do that. And then my final thing, enter. I'm not going to make another container. I'm just going to leave this one out here. So you don't have to have a container. What is your favorite? And then candy. You will put what is your favorite, whatever your list is about. H4. Close on the same line. This one's going to be a little harder. Input. So you can choose. Look, once I start typing input, it'll type it. And then I'm going to type. And when I click type, it puts everything I want. And then you can even choose from here. Ours is going to be text. And then we want the one placeholder that I can just tap on too. And your answer. And then finish the line. So that predictive stuff in code.org is really nice. And the other side of the tag. And then finally we need a button because we have this box and nothing to push. So I'm going to create a button with a button tag. You guessed it. A button tag makes a button. And we want our button to say the word enter maybe. So write the word enter and then a close button. And then if I hit save and refresh, there's the little enter button. Okay. Whatever I type where the word enter is between the two button tags is what words appear. So if you wanted submit, you can do submit as well. And that's what appears on the button. I'm going to delete this extra space that I have right here. Go ahead and delete. And then I can zoom out using Control- so that I see lines 1 through 30. And you're going to take a screenshot and post your code to the HTML practice. And that is how you code our practice HTML site.